we can bring clarity to this industry and keep America at the forefront of innovation. To my friends across the aisle, let's continue our work together. Let's engage on this important effort so that we can move forward towards meaningful legislation and deliver results deserved for our financial markets, our innovators, and our consumers. With that, I yield back, and I recognize the ranking member of the full committee, Mrs. Waters, for 4 minutes for an opening statement.
Thank you very much, Chairman Hill. I'd like to take a moment to do a little bit of an explanation about what is known as Minority Day. This is Minority Day, and I did not expect the chairman to be here, but that's his right to be here. He is the chair of this committee. He knows the rules, and I'm so pleased that he joined us on Minority Day. Minority Day is organized by the opposite party in order to get more information out, in order to straighten the record, in order to make sure that the path that we're on is well understood, why it is necessary to have more information. So, despite the fact that I did not know the chairman was going to take over today, I'm very pleased about it because he get a chance to hear even some of the information that has not been explored during the regular committee hearing. So, let me start by saying, the unfortunate reality is that Republicans on this committee refuse to openly admit that Donald Trump is abusing his position as president to enrich himself off crypto. This is an unusual time in the history of this country. And while we disagree on many issues, sometimes we're able to compromise, we're able to work together. There are other times it is more difficult, but this is highly unusual that we have the President of the United States that's enriching himself off of this cryptocurrency, a president of the United States who's enriching his family, a president of the United States in the middle of our negotiations is creating more opportunities for himself, whether it is on crypto, as you know it, a stable coin, et cetera, et cetera. And so, the Republicans have ignored the $ Trump meme coin that has collectively lost his investors $2 billion while he pocketed $350 million. They've ignored the meme coin dinner where guests, this is outrageous, spent $140 million to curry favor from the White House, but were instead served cheap food and ditched by Trump after 20 minutes. It wasn't about a dinner. It was about connecting with the president and gaining favor. And so you show up, you spend all of this money, you get to know him, and you want to ride the train of increasing your wealth on crypto. And so they have ignored the ways Melania and her sons, Eric and Donald Trump Jr., have used crypto to multiply their family's wealth. They've ignored World Liberty Financial and the various crypto deals Trump has brokered in the Middle East that have exploded his wealth, even as Americans are getting poor and being squeezed by Trump's tariffs. They've ignored what is undoubtedly the biggest scam and abuse of power in the history so they can jam through a dangerous crypto market structure that I call the complexity structure. Not a single provision in this bill addresses the crimes I've laid out. In fact, this bill only legitimizes it. So, committee Democrats have been left with no choice but to force Republicans to convene a hearing with our own witnesses where we will discuss what Republicans are so afraid to do openly and honestly address Trump's crypto crimes. Let me be clear. Next Tuesday, committee Republicans are rushing to pass what I call the Complexity Act without addressing these concerns that not just Democrats, but also the American public, the crypto
Gentleman's time has
industry,
expired.
and even some in their own administration have raised regarding this bill.
The gentleman's
And
time has
while the
expired.
lack of provision to stop Trump's
I
crypto
now
crimes,
recognize the ranking member of the chair of the
Mr.
Digital Assets
Chairman.
Financial Technology. You're over time, Madam Ranking Member. So,
Mr. Chairman,
gentlewoman,
point of privilege. How long did you take with your opening statement?
4 minutes.
It looked longer.
Well, that's because it was the truth.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we're going to see who's telling the truth today.
I now recognize the chair of the Digital Assets, Financial Technology, and Artificial Intelligence Subcommittee, Mr. Stile, for 1 minute for an opening statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.